What's going on, Guardians? It's Tizzle here. In today's video, I'm going to be going over some strong loadouts to use on each character to easily solo the legend version of the K1 Revelation Lost Sector. The first thing we have to go over are the modifiers. As always, we have extra shields, match game, locked loadouts, and limited revives. This is a Hive Lost Sector, so we are dealing with Barrier Knights and Unstoppable Ogres. The Hive modifier is Fire Pit, which causes acolytes to spawn fire pools that cause damage over time when they are defeated. The Destination modifier is Increased Void and Aerial damage, and Void Burn is on, which increases void damage dealt and received by 50%. This means that the Ogre's Eye Blast will cause a ton of damage, so watch out. But that is it for the modifiers. Let's check out the builds. The first build we'll be on is the Warlock. We are on Top Tree Voidwalker, the Attunement of Chaos. We are running Vortex Grenades with the Exotic Gauntlet's Controverse Hold. This gives us grenade energy back for doing damage with our grenade, so we can basically spam Vortex Grenades. And with Void Burn being on, this is extremely strong. We have the Holy Trinity of Warmind Cell mods on with Wrath of Rasputin, Rage of the Warmind, and Global Reach. And then we have Warmind's Protection for survivability, and Warmind's Decree, which allows void splash damage to create Warmind cells. This means our grenade and Nova Bomb can spawn Warmind cells. We're also running the exotic rocket launcher Deathbringer, and it too can spawn Warmind cells. We have Breach and Clear on our class item, which allows grenade launchers to debuff champions and the boss. So for a grenade launcher, we have the Ritual Weapon Salvager's Salvo. We have Ambitious Assassin and Chain Reaction on for Ad Clear. And there are Arc Shielded Knights, so it is great for breaking the shields. We have the Hung Jury with Anti-Barrier Scout Rifle. And lastly, we have rocket launcher ammo finders, reserves, and scavengers to keep our rocket ammo up. That is it for the build. Let's check out the run. So in the opening room, you want to throw a grenade to the ads on the right. If you get enough down with your grenade, then a Warmind cell will spawn from Warmind's Decree, and you can shoot that to clear out the first room very quickly. From there, you just have to take out the knight. And then when you move far enough ahead, the ads will spawn in. I try and deal with them first. If you stay back by this cover, the Shrieker will not be able to hit you with its Eye Blast, and it will eventually close up. The tough thing here is it is immune when it is closed. So I actually shoot a rocket, but then I run forward so that it stays open and exposed, allowing Deathbringer to kill it. It can be good to let the knight move up top instead of killing it down low, as you can take it out with Deathbringer to spawn a Warmind cell. You can use that cell to take out a lot of ads. Vortex grenades are wonderful to take out ads when they're bunched together, but the ads in this Lost Sector tend to really spread out, so it can be slow going to take them all out with your primary one by one. I go to the left first and try and take out ads, as they will lob fire grenades at you if you don't. As well, the left side gives you high ground for the right side. But once the first wave of ads is down, more will spawn in, along with an unstoppable ogre. I retreat because sometimes this ogre can spawn right on top of you and kill you, which is very annoying. When I head back up top, I am able to stun the ogre and take him out with Deathbringer. This spawns a Warmind cell that I can use to clear out a bunch more enemies. It also destroys the crystal. If you didn't know, the crystal is immune until the ogre is dead. Once the ogre is dead, you can shoot it to blow it up. There are 3 crystals, and all work the exact same way. Take out the initial adds, more adds spawn in as well as an unstoppable, take them out, shoot another crystal, and then rinse repeat for a 3rd time. Then you just shoot the final crystal, which will spawn in the boss. I shoot my grenade launcher shot a little too early, as the boss is still immune. Therefore it does not apply the breach and clear debuff, but we are still able to melt the boss. From here, all you have to do is kill the barrier knight to get a platinum clear. I end up killing all the adds, but if you want to risk it to go for the chest, you can. It will definitely save time, but you may also die. I killed the boss at 5:23, but I don't collect the chest until 6:48, so it certainly adds a lot of time to kill all the adds. I don't know why Bungie has so many waves of adds roll in, it's kind of annoying. This isn't the best Lost Sector to farm for speed, but it is pretty easy, so if you're new to Lost Sectors, it is not a bad one to attempt. Just remember to avoid the ogre's void damage at all costs. Also, once again, you can see just how much work the Warmind cells do. So if you can't put together a Warmind cell build, then this one will certainly take more time. That is it for the run. Let's check out the next build, which is on our Hunter. For the Hunter build, we are on Top Tree Night Stalker, Way of the Trapper. We have the Marksman's Dodge to reload our weapons, and we have 100 mobility and the 6 Coyote exotic chest piece to give us 2 dodge charges instead of 1. We have rocket and grenade launcher ammo finders and scavengers, as well as rocket launcher reserves. We have void resistance on our chest piece for survivability, and then we have a full charge with light build on. We have taking charge, shield break charge, and blast radius for gaining stacks of charge with light, and then we have Argent Ordnance on, which allows our rocket to do more damage when we are charged with light. Speaking of rocket launchers, we have the Void Rocket Royal Entry. Void is great because of the Void Burn. And then we have the exotic scout rifle Deadman's Tail with Vorpal Weapon for dealing damage to the barrier knights. And lastly, we have the blue grenade launcher Harsh Language. Like all blues in the game, this comes with a static roll, but this one comes with field prep and blinding grenades. We have this for the Arc Knights and for stopping the unstoppable ogres. That is it for the build. Let us check out the run. There are a couple things I want to point out here. First is watch how strong blinding grenades are. I shoot a GL, and any enemies in the proximity of the explosion just stop shooting and wander around. They are actually so strong in PvE. I was really excited to use this gun in the Lost Sector video because recently I made a post on my Instagram saying how good this weapon is even though it's just a blue, and it got a ton of people worked up. By the way, shameless plug here, but check out my Destiny Instagram page at its.tizzle. I posted every day for almost a year straight now, and my goal is to make a post for every day of 2021. It is mostly just clips and highlights from my Destiny 2 adventures, so drop a follow if you're interested. But anyways, people got really upset when I even suggested using a blue, but I was just trying to raise awareness that this gun is actually really good. If you don't have a truth teller with blinding grenades, or you really need a GL with arc damage and don't have salvagers, then keep an eye out for this weapon. It is a static roll obviously, and it's extremely good as you will see in this run. The other thing I wanted to bring up was that this run was after the DMT nerf. The nerf mostly affected hipfire, but hipfire is still very effective, at least on M&K. And especially in PvE. This gun is still great for PvE in my opinion, and I actually use it to flawless the master version of this same Lost Sector. I will leave a link to that video on screen now if you are interested in seeing that run, as there is a triumph for doing it solo flawless on master. But that is enough self-promotion. Back to the run. The strategy I use here is extremely similar to the last run, but in all honesty, I prefer this loadout more. I think Salvagers is definitely better for ad clear, but I way prefer using DMT over Hung Jury and Royal Entry over Deathbringer. I like rockets that shoot and do damage right away. That is why I'm not too fond of Lasting Impression either. On top of that, my Royal Entry has auto-loading holster, which I absolutely love. And it is a precision frame, so it has tracking intrinsically. This rocket launcher is legitimately my favorite one in the game. But that is enough for me. I will let the run play out, and I'll see you at the boss. So once again, I try and melt the boss as quickly as possible. The boss can end you in a hurry with its eye blast, so you always want it gone right away. From here, you could just take out the barrier knight and invis dodge to the chest and leave. But once again, I opt to clear out the ads. I just do that for the video's sake so people can see what a true full clear looks like. But if you are just farming loot, I would totally recommend just grabbing the chest once the boss and final barrier knight are down. For the next build, we are on Top Tree Sentinel, Coat of the Protector. We are running the exotic Helm of Saint 14, which will give us an overshield when we pass through our bubble. It also blinds any enemies who step inside. For our mods, we have a Charge with Light build with Blast Radius, Taking Charge, and Shield Break Charge to gain stacks of Charge with Light. And then we have High Energy Fire, which buffs our weapon damage anytime we are charged with light until we get a kill. We have Breach and Clear on our class item to add a debuff to enemies when we hit them with a grenade launcher. And we have the exotic grenade launcher Witherhoard to stop the unstoppables and to help with ad clear. We have the Eternal Blazon Arc Scout Rifle for dealing with arc shields and barrier knights. And then we have the Linear Fusion Rifle Threaded Needle with autoloading holster and Vorpal Weapon. This is great for dealing with the champions as we get a buff from Vorpal Weapon and more damage due to Void Burn. Lastly, we have Grenade Launcher Finders and Scavengers to keep our Witherhoard ammo up, and we have Arc Resistance and Concussive Dampener on for survivability. Enjoy the run. So this was certainly not the smoothest run ever. I made a few mistakes and I got quite unlucky with ads being in bad spots and aggroing me at inopportune times. But these things happen. Not every run will be perfect. Regardless, I hope this video helped you out and gave you some good ideas of character builds or weapon loadouts to try. And if you're a fan of the channel and watch lots of my videos, then that is going to do it for the Lost Sector build series. I have now done build guides for every Lost Sector on every character on Legend difficulty this season, as well as a solo flawless run on Master for every Lost Sector, but just on one character. So if you're interested in those, feel free to check them out. I always enjoy doing these guides. They are a lot of work, but if I can help even one person out, then it is worth it. I love build crafting and plan to make many more builds in the future. So if you want to see some build guides for every character for every game type Destiny 2 has to offer, then feel free to follow me. I have some nasty Gambit builds on each character I really want to get out there. I just haven't had the time to make them. Getting all the footage for these Lost Sectors day in and day out while working full time is quite a grind, and then piecing them into video form is pretty time consuming. But to be honest, I really enjoy doing it, and I really hope that they help some people clear the Lost Sectors and earn exotics. So if this video or any of my other videos helped you out, please let me know down in the comments. It is always really nice to read the comments from people saying that my video helped them. And if you want to see more helpful content in the future, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any future videos. I plan on dialing back the videos for the next couple weeks as I will be taking a much needed summer vacation. I will be in beautiful British Columbia. Yes, I'm Canadian if you didn't know. But I will come back fully recharged and ready to grind out content in the new season. So I hope to see you all there. If you made it this far, I want to say thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Happy Lost Sector farming, Guardians, and take care.